YouTube, what's going on? I'm Grandmaster Gojj, and today I interview a Splitgate Pro top 15 in the world in Splitgate.
Yo.
And I'm excited about this video because they tell us more about rank, they tell us more about what the pro scene could look like, so maybe pro level strats, and then also touch us about the future of the game, whether it's going to stay around for a long time or not. If you think Splitgate's going to be around for a long time, type down below your rank, and maybe in 3v3 takedown. That's my favorite playlist. How's it going? How you feeling?
Good, man. Good. What about yourself?
Dude, I'm absolutely having a blast. I am addicted to this game right now in a bad way.
Oh, dude, same. Like, I'm at work and all I can think about is Splitgate.
Tell me a little bit about who you are, what other games you've played in the past competitively, if any, and then kind of your rank in Splitgate, and you know what, like, why people say you're like 15th in the world or whatever.
Okay, well, first off, name's Dylan. Pretty much just other games I played were like Apex before this, but I wasn't like super into it. I've just been game hopping for a while now.
Yeah.
Like, the last game I played competitively was like Vigor or Viger. I don't know if you know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's pretty much like Escape from Tarkov.
Okay. Yeah.
And won a couple tournaments in that. Supposedly like #1 player on that, so that was fun. It's like that's when I started streaming too. Was on there, so that kind of helped me grow my channel some.
Yeah.
And then I started Splitgate like 3 weeks ago. Tried it out, first game. I'm like, this is it.
Okay.
This is what I've been looking for.
So you play on console?
Yeah, I play on console.
Holy crap, that makes me want to break everything and just uninstall. Okay, so leaderboard, grinding, ranked, or etc. What is kind of what's your rank? What's your like game of choice, etc.?
TDM.
TDM.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I don't know. A lot of people don't know this, but once you get a master's, you can only have one other person with you in queue.
Oh, really?
You can't run 4 stacks. Yeah, you can't run 4 stacks.
I did not know that.
And game chat's still a little bit buggy sometimes.
Yeah.
So like you get into a serious game and you don't have like voice comms. It's kind of hard to do domination. King of the Hill is a little bit easier because it's like one objective you have to focus on, and most people know like what to do. But domination is just a whole nother story. That one's by far the hardest, I think, the higher rank games.
Yeah. Okay, so that's super interesting. So you've only been playing for 3 weeks. You started grinding, and you're doing mostly like 4v4 then for TDM?
Yeah.
Okay.
I play Takedown a little bit, but not my jam.
Yeah, totally fair. I mean, if that's like what you're used to and that's what you're good at, it totally makes sense why you would just like vibe on that. Dude, yeah. So for chat that is like, who is this guy? Like, what's he doing or whatever? Like, what are we talking about? You can see it right here. Like, you can literally pull up career, go to the leaderboards, ranked 4v4, Wolfie right here, 16. Boom. So yeah, this is who we're talking to. Super interesting. You know, it's funny. I'm surprised that you've picked. I mean, obviously you're just really skilled. I am surprised that you don't have a Halo background, and the most recent games that you've been playing have been like BRs or like BR adjacent games, and then you swapped to Splitgate and just picked it up super naturally. Was there any like specific reason for that you know of, or was it just like, I love this game, I'm gonna grind it like crazy?
Love this game, I'm gonna grind it like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you said you were like dreaming about it at work, so I get that.
Yeah. I mean, no, like I work about 6-hour shifts, so when I go to work, and then I work in like smoke shop, so I can just be on my phone whenever I don't have customers.
Yeah.
So like it helps to watch like pros that's been playing for like 2 years. Pick up their strategies, see how they play.
Yes, that makes a ton of sense.
Just going back and watching like the pro tourneys in the past, like those are like the top things that would just make you get better quick.
Yeah, people in chat and like on the internet all the time are like, oh, I'm stuck, I don't know how to get better. And it's like, honestly, one of the easiest ways to get better, which is literally exactly what you said, is hey, watch the best players. So who would you say like the best players in Splitgate are? At least the ones that like you watch that like kind of you learn a lot from, especially in like 4v4.
Machiavelli, K. Jules. Those two scare me the most.
Got it.
Yeah. I think he just hit like 5,000 last night. He
That's
did that
freaking
all solo
insane.
queuing.
I
All
saw.
solo queuing.
Yeah. What,
Yeah.
he solo queued all the way through?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's at
And
40.
then also-
He's at 49.75 on the ranked 4v4. Jeez.
And also Tanner, just because like he plays on controller.
Tanner plays
So
controller
good
as
to see
well.
that perspective too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so of all these people, do you know how many are like in the top 15 or so are on console, or are they all on PC?
My buddy Tab that plays on PlayStation, I know he's on console, and then the Nile, it's like DX Nile, he's on Xbox. He should be up there too.
Somewhere up here, yeah. I mean, anybody in the top 50 is pretty solid. Oh, there's good God, nice.
Yeah.
This K Jules
Well,
guy.
hold on, I got a question for you.
Okay, hit me, yeah.
Do you plan on casting any Splitgate tournaments?
Oh yeah, heck yeah. I mean, that's part of the reason I'm doing this kind of like series is that I want to interview you. I'm gonna try to interview like some of these other guys you named as well. Just like learning the pro scene, because what I know is how to cast well, and I've learned how to cast this game because I'm learning the game. Like I've put a lot. I mean, I literally am addicted like you to this game, and just not at a comp level necessarily. Like I played last night until like freaking fourth. Like I'm 26 years old, like house and a wife, like not flexing. That's just like, hey, that's
Yeah.
where I'm at right now, and I'm over here grinding this game till like 4:30 in the morning. Like I'm addicted. I really like 3v3 takedown. It's just like I don't know why I like that game mode so much, but I love it. But yeah, so like that's the whole goal. So I wanted to interview you. I want to interview some of these other people in the top like 20 or so players, and ask about kind of their experience and what they've learned and things like that, because I'm planning on casting. I actually have 2 tournaments slated to cast coming up, which I'll certainly keep you updated about. I think you might be playing in one of them upcoming soon, if I saw some socials correctly, but maybe not. I don't know if you have any planned. But
yeah, for sure. But
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, definitely planning on casting a bunch of Splitgate coming up. What is probably like maybe I'll give you 2 pieces of advice that you can give out, because the one is really difficult. But what are 2 pieces of advice or 2 game strategies or pro strats or whatever that you've learned that you would say like this is probably the most important thing that completely changed my game?
triple portaling, for sure.
Triple portaling. Okay, so for the people at home, I obviously know what that is, but for the people at home, what does triple portaling mean, and what does it look like when done well?
It's basically just trying to think. It's hard to explain this because I get asked this on stream a lot.
Yeah.
It's just easier to show.
Yeah. So
like when you normally portal,
yeah,
you'll place down like your purple portal or whatever,
Yep.
and then you'll place your orange one wherever. And so whenever you go through the purple, you come out where the orange one is.
Yep.
Basically, whenever you do that, you don't like go fully through the portal. You go slightly through it just so you peek out the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll notice like your portal when you go through it, it's like going to be orange or whatever.
Yeah.
So then you'll place down a purple one wherever.
Yep.
And then you slightly go back into the portal and you'll be over there.
Yep. That makes sense.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I think the biggest thing that I've definitely like learned is you really have to pay attention to your portal colors, because sometimes like I'm hitting the wrong portal when I'm either running away and trying to like survive for takedown, or if I'm like pursuing somebody really quickly and we're flying around the map. I'll get like, a little bit confused on what portal I have up or anything like that. So
Yeah, it'll get easier once like all like the top players, like they've had the game for 2 years playing. They
Right.
know the maps. They
Yeah.
like know the portals. They just know.
Yep.
It'll all come in time.
What else besides triple portaling? Anything else?
Don't change your settings once you find a good settings. Because I made that mistake and now I'm like all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's funny. I had played a decent bit, not a ton, but a decent bit And I was told, like, you've got to change your reticles. You've got to change your reticles. You got to change your reticles. And I went to go change all my reticles, and I couldn't hit a shot. So I was like, screw it. I'm just playing on default reticles. I don't care at all. But speaking
default isn't bad.
Yeah,
like,
I like the, like, not all the weapons. Like, there's a couple I should probably change, but, like, I like the AR reticle. I like the carbine reticle. I just am used to it at this point, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's just once you find solid settings, just keep it, even if you feel off one day. It's just everybody has days like that.
So you
gotta stick with consistent
play
settings.
on PS4, obviously controller. Do you have your game open, or can you just tell me, like, your settings based on what you play?
I'll tell you two settings. It's
Okay.
pretty much what I used half the time when I first started.
Perfect.
It was 10-10.
Okay.
10 vertical, 10 horizontal. And then 5 acceleration, 0.8 zoom, and then 0.1 dead zones.
Okay.
And then what I'm running now is 7 vertical and horizontal,
Yep.
5 exo, 0.6 zoom, and then 0.1 dead zones.
Okay, so you changed it to be slower.
Yep.
Why is that?
Aim,
Yeah, just to have, like, better aim, like really consistent aim. So you said
even though I'm
so
still whiffing.
yeah, well, you played PS4 controller. You were playing on 10 cents, 5 excel, 0.8 zoom, and then 0.1 dead zones. Now you swapped down to 7 cents, which is actually what I play on. 5 excel. And then you said, what was your zoom?
For the 7 one,
Yeah.
0.6.
0.6. Wow. Okay, so when you're ADSing, if you ADS, whenever you do, you've really dropped that thing down so you can be really precise about it.
Yeah, like I usually hit fire majority of the time, like you said.
Right. And you still have 0.1 dead zones. That's really dependent on controllers, so it's not necessarily applicable to everybody, but super interesting. I'd be really curious to see, like, if you transferred over to PC, like how much better you would be. But the fact that you're able to grind ranked 4v4 and be top 20 at any given time right now is more than impressive.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you've gotten into streaming and all that. I got to give you a big congratulations. I know you got picked up by Team Mystic not too long ago, so big W there. Congrats.
Yesterday.
Cool, man. Well, this is all awesome. I think this will be good for people to, like, know. So I obviously, best piece of advice: triple portaling. Learn how to do that, and learn how to do it well. I would say, right? I mean, you don't want to just do it to do it, right? You want to do it to where it's actually helpful. Map knowledge, and then find your. Maybe I'll say this instead of don't change your settings. How about we go with find your settings and then don't change them?
Yeah.
Because
If you
some
want
people
to
haven't
throw
started.
another one in there too,
Sure.
like just like learning maps as fast as you can, especially power weapons.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, most people know about like settings probably, and like not to change them. But I think learning like power weapon spawns is probably more important.
That's crazy. So do you have? Because I know some people like me in this way. Do you have a lot of I guess, like, mental, what's the good word for it? I guess what I call it is, like, mental, like, boundaries I try to set for myself of, like, okay, if I lose this many games in a row, or if I lose this much rank, I'm going to take a break or hop off for the night. Do you have any sort of, like, boundaries, or you just kind of rock and roll and go?
I try to. It's usually, I'll say 2 losses in a row and I'm done.
Yeah.
It never ends up. Keep going.
Right. That's exactly that's literally me last night. I was playing with a 3-stack, and discipline is the word. Thank you, Mix. Yeah, that's a good word for it. I have no discipline. We were playing, and I was like mid diamond 1, and we ended up dropping down to like right above plat 2, and I was like, if I drop into plat 2, I'm taking it. Like, I gotta get off. Like, we can't do this. Drop into plat 2, and then of course immediately I'm like, all right, we're playing until I'm back in diamond. Like, that's just how it goes every single time.
Exactly.
That's so funny. That's awesome, man. Well, okay, last kind of question I had was, where did you, when you did your placements for the first time on ranked, what did you place in? You remember?
I think it was 3190.
Jeez.
I lost 3 of my placements. Yeah, I only won 2.
Yeah, 3190. Okay, so you're right below Diamond 2, and you just grinded all the way through to champion.
Yep.
That's so dope. So dope.
Definitely recommend, like, before you hit Masters, just run with the 4-stack as much as you can.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a really interesting thing, by the way, everyone that is listening right now, because 99% of you are not in Masters right now. So you 4-stacked until you hit Masters. Then when you get into Masters, you can only stack with one person.
Yep.
That's wild. I wonder if it's the same in 3v3 takedown. I don't know. It might be.
Yeah, it is.
It is? Okay.
Once you hit Masters, yep, just still one person in your squad.
I mean, that's a good idea. I mean, it's annoying, but I also like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could see like how that would be super annoying as like a pro player, because you're not getting reps like a full team or something like that, especially when it gets to like tourneys and stuff. But at the same time, it makes the ranked like more quote unquote balanced, I guess. You've been playing for 3 weeks, and what do you think about the future of this game? What do you think about the longevity of this game in the esports scene? How long do you think it'll last? Do you think it's gonna be something that's around for a long time, or is it just kind of like, hey, I'm gonna play it till it goes away?
I think it's here for the long run, and then esports wise, I think some serious stuff's going to be happening in the future. Like, I know the devs already talked about they want to do like console specific only tournaments, amateur tournaments, semi-pro tournaments, pro tournaments, like even EU based tournaments and NA based tournaments. It's like all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they already seem to like be having plans for it, so.
Yeah, that's awesome. Super cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. I mean, this is something that I wanted to get into for as long as it's around. I think it could be around for a really long time, as long as they continue to stay super transparent with their communication. And if they start pumping out a ton of tournaments, that's going to bring a lot of streamers and competitors to the scene for sure, which I'm really excited about. So that's awesome. Well, hey, thanks for hopping on the call and talking through all this.